But first, a guy who's not ready to be exclusive yet, not with us anyway, Brian Tamaki. Having been conspicuous by his absence for much of this week, Brian Tamaki today started to front, but not to us, who've covered the story repeatedly and have lots of paperwork and plenty of informed questions to ask. Instead, he spoke to our competitors at TVNZ and to a program that hasn't covered Destiny Church at all this year. And he spoke to his supporter, Willie Jackson, on Radio Live, where we were described as mongrels. Woof. Still, reluctant to take no for an answer, we went in search of Brian Tamaki. Well, this, as you know if you saw the show last night, is an Audi Q7 owned by Simpatico Holdings Limited, which is 100% owned by Destiny International, and it tends to be one of the cars that Brian Tamaki gets around in. And as we speak, he is live on the radio station across the road from me. Now, he consistently turns down interviews with us, but he's able to be interviewed by a radio station live. He's able to talk to newspapers, and he's able to go on TVNZ this evening. We're a bit bewildered by that, and so once again we're going to give him an opportunity to talk to us by seeing if they'll let us join them now. Inside, where they were breaking for the 1 o'clock news, host Willie Jackson was waiting to go back on air with his two guests, Brian Tamaki and Destiny's 2IC Richard Lewis. Although it was a break, neither man would leave the studio to talk to us, and we were asked to leave, which we did. In fact, he said unless we left the building, he was walking out of the interview, and the station made it plain in no uncertain terms that we had to go. But that's no problem because his car's just across the road, so we'll wait for him to leave. Back inside, the two men took calls, almost all of them extremely positive.
I think what Bishop Brian Tamaki's doing is really awesome. Well, I reckon what we should do with Brian Tamaki is we should clone him. I reckon we need about half a dozen Brian Tamakis.
You're obviously hitting the right buttons, mate, because you're stirring things up. Jesus did that, and they stuck him on a bit of wood.
Gay's calling us from Brisbane. G'day, Gay.
Among the callers, Gay, phoning all the way from the Brisbane Destiny Church. Funny that, we met her the other day and she wouldn't talk to us either.
Is he getting greedy? Is he asking for too much money?
Hey.
Now, why are you turning off this interview?
Goodbye, mate.
Why are you turning off this interview?
Goodbye.
In fact, they were so positive, so on message and so similar, one caller queried,
But it just sounds like the bishop's sort of got all the boys from the church to ring in.
No, I haven't. But if I know if I was running the church, that's what I'd do, but...
Eventually, someone came out to collect the car. They moved it nearer to the door, and then... Oh, Richard. Hi, Brian. Why won't you come on our show, Brian? Why won't you come on our show? Why are you able to do radio interviews and go on television in New Zealand, but you won't speak to us, Brian? It seems curious to me. Your silence seems really curious. Why won't you speak to us? Were those calls you took on the radio from your friends and people in senior positions? Richard, why won't Brian come on the program with us? Richard, why won't he come on the program? We keep asking. Amongst the things I wanted to ask Brian Tamaki about, well, Destiny's Auckland rent. Look at this. Last year, the Destiny Church Auckland Trust of 18 Allright Place paid $517,000 rent to its landlord, Simpatico Holdings, also of 18 Allright Place, which is 100% owned by Destiny International, also of 18 Allright Place. We're a bit confused by that. Where did the money go? And Destiny Auckland also made a donation to Simpatico, with whom it has two directors in common, one of them Hannah Tamaki, and which is owned by Destiny International. What for? We're confused by that too. But as you've seen, the answers drove off in a black Audi down Arthur Street, Ponsonby, and we're getting used to that.